Good morning, all. Camelback Trading 2724 coming to you this Thursday morning, December 19th. Looking at the last 3 days of the SPY ETF on the market profile. I put it into 2 tick increments to basically show you what we have going on here and what to look for. 3 scenarios today. So, first and foremost, we had an inside day yesterday, an official inside day, as opposed to one where it was stretched the day before. That's number one. Number two, we have a 3-day balance that's just over $1, which is pretty incredulous. We have a POC that's incredibly wide again yesterday, all through, where buyers and sellers were happy to do business. So there's 3 things to look for today. Number one is a continuation of what we've had. Now, if you told me yesterday we'd do the same thing and have even a smaller range, I would have not believed it. So I can't discount anything. So traders are going to do its work till it doesn't anymore, right? They may be selling at the top of K, buying towards the bottom here. We did have a poor low yesterday and probably saved by the bell from having a price probe to the downside, which we had the day before, which was firmly rejected. Now this morning when I turned my machines on, we were trading up here. Now, with just over an hour to go, we're trading towards the bottom. So first scenario is we trade within here. Don't get lulled to sleep. If this was not a holiday coming up, I would say when you do come out of this, it's going to be pretty explosive because of how tight it was. Obviously, the longer it takes to come out of it, it would be more explosive to the upside or downside. But with the holiday coming, that could put a cap on that. Second thing to look for. We're inside day, you come out of it to the downside or the upside, I will go with that trade. So if we take out yesterday's low, I'm going to go with it with a put and monitor it for continuation, or just as importantly, because this market's been so quiet recently, lack of. Okay, we should certainly take out the previous days, and then I would look to go for the 16th low and test that gap, which is a weekly gap. If we don't take out the low and take out the high, it's the same thing. Remember, we have a weak high. Our all-time high is in the regular trading hours, but it's a weak high. It's the same high as we had on the 17th. So that's the second scenario. The third scenario, and this is the one that could have the biggest move of all, is whether we take out the day's low or the day's high, right? Come out of it to the downside. You might get something out of it, but then come back into yesterday's range. Well, there's 2 trains of thought there. If you look below a previous day's low or high, but then come back in, your ultimate destination is the opposite end of the destination. We had a very small range yesterday. So if we ought to come out to the downside and get rejected and come back in, there's a good chance you will visit the top. And then you would have a possibility of an inside day up now, and a possible outside day up, or vice versa, depending on which way we come out first. And that might be the more explosive of the moves. Those are 3 things to look for. You should have all the destinations. I'll just on the upside right now, 12 wide, 319.86, 320.07 afternoon rally high, 320.25 yesterday high, all-time high, week high. Yesterday's low, 319.53 is a poor low, 319.48 daily low, 319.17, and then closing the gap at 318.67, 50-point gap, and you should have other downside destinations written down. So I gave you my game plan throughout that whole thing. In here, possibly if we were to open and rally up to here, I'd take a quick put play. Again, it has worked, but remember, just don't get lulled to sleep by doing those trades, because at some point we're going to pop out of this. Okay? If we come out of it to the downside, I will go with a put and see if we have any kind of continuation. Same on the upside. If we end up taking out the high first, I will go with it with a call. Weekly, still have the gap. Again, I keep fixing that bad low from the other day, and it keeps coming back. So we do have the gap. We're one-time framing up. And right now, the more important one out of everything is the daily, because we're one-time framing up now, 6 days, inside day, incredibly tight range. Do we come out of this to the upside and get new highs, or do we stop the one-time framing up finally, come into balance in the daily, and go for the gap? Remains to be seen. Good luck trading today. Have a great day, and we'll recap at 4 p.m.